Today we are going to discuss this rectus sheet. So this rectus sheet, for this dissection, we are giving the skin incision and taking the points. The first point is the fourth costal cartilage of the right side, and the second point is the symphysis pubis, upper border of the symphysis pubis. So these 2 points, they are connected by a midline incision, and then we are going to this horizontal incisions, transverse incisions, and that starts from this fourth costal cartilage, going laterally and encircling the nipple. It is coming up to about 10 centimeter away from the midline, and for this lower incision from this symphysis pubis, upper border of the symphysis pubis, it is passing laterally, obliquely along with the skin fold of this groin, and it is about 10 centimeter away from the midline. So now we are reflecting the skin, and while we are reflecting the skin, the superficial fascia, it is along with fat, it is coming up. Now, very important to note, very important for theoretical purpose, very important for vibration, that in this part of the abdomen there is no deep fascia. There is no deep fascia. So this part, there is no deep fascia. Whenever we are reflecting the skin, we are entering into this anterior abdominal wall structure. And in this part of this anterior abdominal wall structure, the first muscle we are getting, this is the external oblique muscle, and it is becoming aponeurotic. Now, in this, we have already discussed in this theoretical part that the 3 fat muscles, internal, external oblique, internal oblique, and transversus abdominis, from superficial to deep, this external oblique, internal oblique, and transversus abdominis. So they are the lateral muscles. They are the lateral muscles, and these lateral muscles, whenever it is coming to this anterior part, there's the internal oblique, especially it is pitting, and it is the key structure that is forming this rectus sheet. So here you can see that this part, this is the rectus sheet, anterior wall of the rectus sheet. We are cutting this anterior wall of the rectus sheet, and we are reflecting this anterior wall of the rectus sheet. Now, whenever we are reflecting this anterior wall of the rectus sheet, we are getting these muscles. That this muscle is the rectus abdominis muscle. This is the rectus abdominis muscle. If you look carefully, we will see that whenever we are reflecting this anterior wall of the rectus sheet, we are not doing it completely. There is an attached structure. So this interdigitations, the interdigitations at the level of this interdigitations, this muscle, this is attached to this anterior wall of the rectus sheet, and this intersegmental origin of the rectus abdominis muscle, that is producing, when prominent, the pec muscles. So here, if there is 1, 2, 3 this interdigitations, so here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 muscles, 8 pec muscles will be on either side. So 4 pecs on each side, right? Total altogether 8 pec muscles will be there. So this is very important for this bodybuilding, the sports medicine. Now this, whenever we are reflecting this rectus abdominis muscle, so we are getting into the posterior wall of the rectus sheet. We are getting into the posterior wall of the, we are going to the posterior wall of the rectus sheet. Now here it is formed mainly by the deep lamina of the internal oblique muscle. So this is the most of the part. This is formed by this internal oblique muscles. Now whenever we are going more superiorly, so we will see that this muscle is this is the rectus abdominis muscle. Now you can see that this posterior wall is somewhat, it is becoming deficient. It is becoming somewhat deficient, and this is resting on this costal cartilages. So here this is the costal, these are the costal cartilages. So this 5th, 6th, and 7th costal cartilage. So this on the 5th, 6th, and 7th costal cartilage, there is attachment of this rectus abdominis digitations, and the medial most fibers, they are going to this Giffey sternum. they are going to the GP sternum. So one fiber is going to the GP sternum, one is to the 5th costal cartilage, 6th costal cartilage, 7th costal cartilage. So this is the upper attachment, or if we say conventionally that this is the insertion of this rectus abdominis muscle. Now whenever we are going to this, when we are going inferiorly, we can see that this, we cannot see here. So this, you can see that this rectus abdominis muscle, it is taking origin from this, it is taking origin from the symphysis pubis. So it is taking origin from this symphysis pubis, and few lower fibers, they extend to this crest, pubis crest. It depends upon the power, the extension of this muscle. So this is the most important muscles in this rectus sheath. This is the, which is known as the rectus abdominis muscle. Now there is another muscle known as pyramidalis muscle. Now the pyramidalis muscle is a muscle which may or may not be present. So here we cannot find this pyramidalis muscle. That's why there will be theoretical discussion. Practically we can't see this pyramidalis muscle here. Now, if whenever we are retracting this rectus abdominis muscle, we can see from this posterior part. So there are a few nerves. So few nerves. So these nerves are supplying this muscle. These nerves are supplying this muscle, and it is becoming, after supplying these nerves, they are coming to the superficial part of the rectus abdominis muscle, coming to this superficial part of the rectus sheath, superficial layer of the rectus sheath, and anterior layer of the rectus sheath, and ultimately supplying the skin. These are forming the dermatomes of this anterior abdominal wall.